Hello, welcome to the wonderful world of random sequencing. Also have a site. It's called Sequencing Random Numbers, that's plural, at gmail.com. That's my email address. I would like to hook up with people who have, 10 years of lotto drawings of the history of them, of the sequences, like either SuperLotto Plus, Mega, and Powerball. I'd like to get about 10 years of those to do an analysis of the sequences. Now I'm going to be doing an analysis of SuperLotto Plus, and to understand SuperLotto Plus, you have to understand the concept of virtual numbers, metamorphic numbers, binary numbers. Here's a binary number. You have to understand binary decimal numbers, and this is a binary to decimal number. And algorithms, every number here has an algorithm. The bigger numbers on to the right side, like for instance this might be 63, that has an algorithm. This could be 35. These are numbers to the right have sequential potential. And we have bridge numbers. They help to link sequences, and that's the 11, 13, and 14. We're going to be talking about this particular sequence right here and how it transpired and came about here. It's 27. This is 27. This is 10, 33, 37, and 11. So we'll first talk about this sequence in particular. Now, as you can see right here, notice how this number, the 11 and the 17, those two numbers together represent 27. And in other words, this is a binary notation. That's 111, that's 7, linked to 111, and then linked to a 7, that's 7, 7. 7 plus 7 is equal to 14. So the 27, this represents 27. That's 27 carries a statement 2 sevens. What is 2 sevens? 2, 7 is 7, 7. 7 plus 7 is equal to 14. So this number right here tells you that this number is 27. So you want to play it out. Now, what I would recommend, it could play out 27, or it could play it out in an extension like this, And ideally, it would be nice if it was done this way, because you'd get two numbers right off the bat, So that's something that you would probably want to create a ticket that has at least two cells that have 22 and a 7. That makes 27. So that explains that sequence there. We're going to talk about the 10 and the 10 and the 7. Now that's 17 right there. See, 10 and 7. So knowing that you already have 27 right there, right? So now you have a 710. Now 710 is 17. So that, notice how you have 17 right there. So that's a good determination of that. It could sequence to a 10, because if you wrote it out right here, right? You notice how the next cell is 10, right? So if you go to this number and you say, well, I already have a 10 over there, all I have to do is put a 7, and I got 17 this way. So there's 17 right there. One other reason why the 10 may have occurred here also is that, the 25 carries the statement 2 5s. What is 2 5s? 5, 5. And 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. And if you go over here, notice how you have a reverse. This is a reverse 25, and notice how this links to this 5 right here, 25, 25. So frequency of occurrence is very important. Notice how over here you have also 5, 5 right there. 5, 5 is equal to 10. See, and so there's a good chance that it will have a 10, because this here is 5, 5, right? And over here is 25, so this is all kind of related to this family of numbers. So there's a good possibility that it will create a 10, and by creating a 10, remember this is 17 like this, right? So that's another good reason why you want to put a 10 right there. I've already, I guess I haven't talked about this number. This is the 23. I'll explain that right now. Now the 23 carries a statement two threes. 2 3s. What is 2 3s? 3 3s. So there's a good chance that you will get a 33, right? Now, what you want to do is see what is the frequency of recurrence here. Notice how you have 32. And one way you can determine whether it's going to be a 32 or 23 related number is if you go over here. Notice how you got the 33s, right? The 33s. So 2 3s is equal to 33. So this is 2 3s, 33. And you can see that you got a lot of 3s right there, right? So this number here also represents 23, right? And the 23 I already said is related to this 33. So the question you need to ask is it going to be 23 or 33, because it's all related. Notice that you have all these 3s right here. So this is kind of like the energy level, right? So there's good chance that it's going to be the 33, not the 23. But even though it is related to the 23, right? But it's the end of the trail for the 3s. So this kind of is kind of an expression for these numbers here, right? Because they're part of this sequence here. So basically we've already determined this far, right? Now I want you to look at the 37. You see, this number right here is a very powerful sequence, and what it represents here is, if you could look on the right hand side, notice you have a 3 and a 7. That's 37. This is just this equal statement. This is a 1 1. So the 1 1 got actually carried over here, right? But you could see that right here you got 11 here too, right? And so so the 37, this is the sequence here, right? It's a very, very powerful sequence. And so this is why it created this 37, because it hasn't, since it being a powerful sequence, it hasn't expressed itself here, right? So this is an opportunity for it to be expressed. So if this is 37, and you should write this down, because this is you'll see this a lot. Now this number, since it hasn't been expressed, there's a good chance that it will be expressed here, and you can see that it did. Now the 21 is, let me explain what the 21. The 21 carries a statement 2 1s. What is 2 1s? 1 1. See that? So this is 21, and if you look over here, notice how you have the 21 over here too, right? So there's a lot of ones here. You can see that. So it's all kind of a binary expression. So that this is why the bonus one was a possibility that it was going to express an 11 right there. So the 37 was from this sequence pretty much, right? This sequence right here. In fact, if you go over here, notice, you see this sequence right here? This also represents 47. See, if I can see it right here. See, this number right here also represents 47. This is 47. See, the 27 was related to this sequence right here. So here's your binary 7 right here. That's your binary 7 linked to a 7. That's 7 7. 7 plus 7 equals 14. So it's part of, this is the family of numbers. Now the only thing you need to make a determination is whether it's going to be a 27 or 14. But in this case, it was 27, and by extending it like this, you covered two cells, right? So this pretty much explains all the sequence now. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the channel here. It's a wonderful world of random sequencing and sequencing random numbers. And I'll be doing a lot more of these Super Lotto Pluses, and we'll see you in the next wonderful world of random sequencing.